This is a short review of The Adventures of Merlin, streaming now on Netflix. Great little show, great fantasy show. We're going to start with the good, and then we're going to segue into the bad, and there's a big bad. But we're going to start with the good. The good, great cast, likable characters, and there's a lot of characters in here. The main characters are excellent. You'll befriend them, you'll like them, and they'll draw you in. And there's the good thing about this series is there's so many new characters that come in and out, and they're great characters. So it's good to, it's always fresh to see these new characters that pop in. And here's just a very short list of them. Wardrobe, I think they did a fantastic job. I mean, this is a lot of top-notch work happening here. They must have spent a fortune on the wardrobe, the scenes. The castle itself is gorgeous. They have scenes where they're in a arena fighting. They have horses. Everything has been done top notch. They have beautiful music. The sounds are in here. So it seems like they brought together some really good production crew and a lot of money into this, and did a great job on it. And so I would say anyone looking for a good TV series to watch that likes fantasy, if they like the Sword of Shannara that came out, or they like The Witcher that came out, if they like any of those, I think they would really like this show, and I really liked it. But there was one thing that I didn't like, and I didn't mention the dragons in here, and he's excellent too, and they had some great CGI footage in here, but segueing into the things that I didn't like, or one of the main things I didn't like, which I thought was a big one, and because I really liked the show, but it was so bad that I wanted to stop watching it. If everything else wasn't so good, I probably would have. So what is that bad thing? This guy right here, Uther. Now, he's a great actor, just the character that he plays, and what happens between Merlin and Uther just really turned me off. It just seems so illogical, and I didn't like it at all. So this is going to be a mild spoiler, maybe a little heavier spoiler, so just beware. So in the series, Uther hates magic with a passion. Anybody who has magic or practices magic, doesn't matter if they're good, bad, whatever, you will be beheaded, period. I mean, they will put you in front and behead you. Merlin, of course, he has magic, and he lives with Uther in the castle, and with his uncle. And Merlin knows that he doesn't like magic and that he'll kill you, and he doesn't like it either. But here's what happens: Uther kills so many people; it's incredible. He even kills Gwen's father by mistake because he thought that he was using magic. So he kills her father. She does magic. So if he ever found out, he would kill her. He's killed little kids, tons of little kids. And I'm going to show you this clip right here. And this is just one of the clips that talk about how all the bad things he's done, all the people he's killed. And when you're watching it, you can hear him talking about, how they even killed innocent kids.
During the Great Purge, Uther drowned a many he suspected of sorcery. And some, God help them, were children.
Merlin's uncle knows about all this and works for Uther and bows down to him, and so does Merlin bows down to the king, and after all these horrible things he's done, even to kids, and so that's bad enough, right? But what really got me about this show is Morgana was so upset when the king killed the father of Guinevere that she was just tired of it. She's tired of seeing all these people get slaughtered and kids. And so she decided that she was going to put a stop to it. And she made a plan to kill the king, to lure him out and get him killed. And so everything was great. Well, Merlin finds out about this, right? So Merlin could just been he does need to be killed after all these bad things he's done. And then Arthur was a good man, and he would have took over the kingdom, and everything would have been great. But guess what Arthur does? Arthur says, we're better than that. We're not going to let this happen. And right there, I was like, what? This king has killed innocent children and so many innocent people, and will continue to kill. But you're going to get on your high horse, Mr. Merlin, and not let him be killed, and allow him to kill even more innocent people. And that's when it was just like this huge turnoff on the show. And it happened over and over again. And Merlin continues to protect the king, and his uncle too, all bowing down to the king. And it's just sickening. And what starts to happen is Murdana, of course, is fed up with it too. And she's trying to get the king. And you start siding. At first of the show, you really like Merlin and Arthur and their goodness, but then you start, and I don't know if the writers wanted you to do this. I don't think they did. But what starts happening is you start rooting for Murdana and the other side to get the king, and you start kind of thinking, going against Merlin and Arthur. You're just thinking, well, why are they protecting this guy? It's sickening. I don't know like I said, I don't know if the writers meant it to be like that. I don't think they did. And that's the biggest turnoff for me for the show. Merlin acting like he's too good to stop the king, when the king is going to do all these horrible things. It makes no sense whatsoever. I'd love to hear your take on it. In the comments, please tell me if you feel the same way, or if you felt like there was a reasoning behind it. I can't see the reasoning, but if maybe you could explain it, that would be great. But thank you for watching this. And it's still, like I said, there's so much that went into this movie or TV series, and it's so professionally done. It's just that, and that's the reason I guess it peeves me off so bad, is because it is such a good series. And it's like this one, and it could be like a 9 or 9.5, but with this, it's almost bad enough where I don't even want to watch it. But so many people put so much hard work and so much time and effort, and the great acting, and there's just so much that went into it. I wish that one part wasn't there. But thank you for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I'd love to hear your take on this.